Spring age 14. Sarah sits in class, now a confident young woman. She's taking notes, occasionally whispering to Alice and Margaret. The teacher drones on about history. A knock at the door. The headmistress enters, her face grave. She whispers to the teacher, who looks at Sarah with sudden concern. "Teacher Sarah? Could you come with the headmistress, please?" Sarah's smile fades. She gathers her things, confused. Alice and Margaret exchange worried glances. The room is formal, intimidating. The headmistress sits behind her desk. Davy stands in the corner, her eyes red from crying. Sarah enters, her heart beginning to race. "Sarah, Mrs. Davies? What are you doing here? Is Papa?" She stops, seeing Mrs. Davies's face. "Sarah, where's Papa? Why isn't he here?" Davies, "Sarah, dear, I need you to sit down." "Sarah, no. No, tell me. Tell me right now." "Davies, your father. This morning he was working in the north field. His heart." "Sarah, he collapsed. Mr. Henderson found him, but..." "Sarah, but what? He's at the doctor? He's getting better?" "Davies, he's gone, sweetheart. He's gone." "Sarah, no. Davies, I'm so sorry." "Sarah, no. You're lying. He was fine. I just saw him 3 days ago. He was fine." She backs against the wall, shaking her head violently. "Sarah, he can't be gone. He promised. He promised he'd always be there. He promised." Her legs give out and she slides down the wall. Mrs. Davies rushes to her, pulling her into her arms as Sarah begins to scream, a sound of pure, primal grief. Sarah sits on her bed, surrounded by Alice, Margaret, and other concerned girls. She stopped crying but stares blankly ahead in shock. "Alice, Sarah, can I get you anything? Water? Food?" Sarah doesn't respond. "Margaret, maybe we should leave her alone for a bit." "Alice, I don't think we should leave her." "Sarah, I need to pack. I need to go home." "Alice, Mrs. Davies is arranging everything. She'll take you tomorrow morning." "Sarah, tomorrow? I need to go now. Papa needs me." "Margaret, Sarah? Sarah, he's not there. Papa's not there anymore." She doubles over as if physically struck, beginning to sob again. Her friends hold her. The wagon approaches. Sarah sees the farm, unchanged, eternal, but now everything has changed. Several neighbors' wagons are parked near the house. Sarah climbs down slowly as if in a dream. The farmhouse door opens and Mr. Henderson emerges. "Henderson, Sarah. I'm so deeply sorry. Your father was a good man." "Sarah, where is he?" "Henderson, he's at the church. The service will be tomorrow." "Sarah, I want to see him." "Henderson, Sarah, I don't think." "Sarah, I want to see my father." Her voice echoes across the farm. Mr. Henderson nods sadly. The church is quiet, empty except for the simple wooden coffin at the front. Sarah enters slowly, her footsteps echoing. She approaches the coffin. Thomas lies inside, looking peaceful, his weathered hands folded across his chest. Sarah stands there for a long moment, then reaches out and touches his hand. It's cold. "Sarah, Papa? Papa, wake up. Please wake up." "Nothing. Sarah, you can't leave me. You promised you'd never give up. You promised." She collapses beside the coffin, her hand still holding his. "Sarah, I'm not ready. I'm only 14. I still need you. Who's going to teach me things? Who's going to tell me stories? Who's going to call me little bird?" Her voice breaks completely. "Sarah, I never told you enough. I never said thank you enough. For all those years, for all those lonely days when you were the only person in my world. You were everything, Papa. Everything." She stays there, crying, until Mrs. Davies gently leads her away. The house is full of neighbors bringing food, offering condolences. Sarah sits at the kitchen table, numb, while voices swirl around her. Neighbor 1, poor child. Only 14 and all alone. Neighbor 2, what will happen to her? Henderson, she can't stay here by herself. She's too young. Henderson, the farm will have to be sold. She'll need to go live with family. Sarah, I don't have family. The room falls silent. Everyone looks at her. Sarah, was just Papa and me. There's no one else. I. Davies will figure something out, dear. You won't be alone. Sarah, but I am alone. Don't you understand? He was all I had. And now he's gone. She stands and walks out, leaving the adults exchanging worried looks. Sarah stands on the hill where she and Thomas spent so many evenings. The farm spreads below, beautiful and heartbreaking. Mrs. Davies approaches quietly. Davies, I thought I'd find you here. Sarah, this was our place. Papa's and mine. Davies, he loved this spot. He told me once that from here he could see everything he'd built, everything he'd fought for. Sarah, he meant me, didn't he? I was what he'd fought for. Davies, you were his whole world. Sarah, and he was mine. They stand in silence. Sarah, Mrs. Davies, what's going to happen to me? Davies, we're working on that. There are options. Sarah, I want to stay here. Davies, Sarah, you're 14. You can't run a farm alone. Sarah, why not? I know how. Papa taught me everything. Davies, it's not just about knowing how. It's about the law. You're a minor. You need a guardian. Sarah, then you be my guardian. You've known me my whole life. Davies, I'm too old, dear. And I'm not family. The courts, they'll want to place you somewhere more suitable. Sarah, this is suitable. This is my home. Davies, I know, sweetheart. I know. The small church is packed. Sarah sits in the front pew, flanked by Mrs. Davies and Alice, who came from school for the funeral. The pastor speaks about Thomas, his dedication, his sacrifice, his love for his daughter. Pastor Thomas was a man who never gave up. When his wife died and he was left alone with an infant, many said it was impossible. But Thomas proved them wrong. He raised Sarah with more love and devotion than many two-parent households could muster. Sarah stares at the coffin, barely hearing the words. Pastor, he was both father and mother to her. He was her teacher, her protector, her friend. And though his time was cut short, he lived long enough to see his daughter grow into a remarkable young woman. Tears streamed down Sarah's face silently. They lowered Thomas's coffin into the ground, right beside Mary's grave. Sarah watches, holding a single wildflower from their meadow. When it's done, she steps forward and places the flower on the fresh earth. Sarah, you're with Mama now. That's what you always wanted. I hope she knows how well you did. How you never gave up, not once. She touches the earth gently. Sarah, I love you, Papa. Always. Sarah lies in bed, unable to sleep. The house is too quiet. She gets up and walks to her father's room. She enters the simple room. Everything is as he left it. His clothes hang in the closet. His boots sit by the door. She climbs into his bed, pulling his pillow close. It still smells like him, earth and wood smoke and hard work. Sarah, Papa, I don't know how to do this without you. Sarah sits at the table while Mrs. Davies makes breakfast. Neither has slept well. Davies, Sarah, we need to talk about practical matters. Sarah, I know. Davies, the Hendersons have offered to take you in. They have a spare room and their daughters could use a companion. Sarah, no. Davies, or there's a family in town, the Millers? Sarah, the ones who wanted to adopt me when I was a baby? Davies, yes. They're still childless. They'd welcome you. Sarah's what? A replacement for the child they never had? No. Papa didn't give me up then and I won't give myself up now. Davies, then what do you propose? Sarah, I stay here. I finish school. I work the farm in the summers and on weekends. Davies, you can't live alone at 14. Sarah, why not? I'm not helpless. I can cook, clean, work the land. Papa taught me everything. Davies, it's not about capability, it's about propriety. And safety. And the law. Sarah, this farm is all I have left of him. If I leave, if I let them sell it, it's like he never existed. Davies, Sarah. Sarah, he built this place for us. Every fence post, every planted seed, it was all for me. And you want me to just walk away? Davies, I want you to be realistic. Sarah, I am being realistic. I know it won't be easy. I know I'll have to work harder than anyone expects a 14-year-old girl to work. But I can do it. He taught me I can do anything. Mrs. Davies sees Thomas and Sarah's determined face, the same stubbornness, the same fierce love. Ars. Davies, let me talk to some people. See what can be arranged. But Sarah, I can't promise anything. Sarah, just try. Please. For Papa. Sarah alone trying to maintain the farm. The work is overwhelming for one person, especially someone so young. Sarah attempts to plow a field, struggling with the horses and equipment, falling in the dirt. Sarah feeding animals, her movements automatic but joyless. Sarah fixing a fence, hammering her thumb, sitting down and crying from pain and frustration. Sarah in the barn at sunset, exhausted, covered in dirt, looking utterly defeated. Sarah sits alone at the table, not eating. A knock at the door. Mr. and Mrs. Henderson enter. Henderson, Sarah, we need to talk. Sarah, if you're here to convince me to leave, don't bother. Iris. Henderson, actually, we're here with a proposal. Sarah looks up, cautious. Henderson, Mrs. Davies told us what you want, to stay here, keep the farm. It's admirable but impossible for you to do alone. Sarah, I know. But I'll figure it out. Iris. Henderson, or you could accept help. Sarah, what do you mean? Henderson, I'll work your land alongside mine. In exchange, you give me a share of the harvest. That way the farm stays productive, stays in your name, and you don't lose it. Sarah, you'd do that? Us? Henderson, and you'd live with us during the school year. Come back here summers and weekends if you want. The farm would still be yours, but you wouldn't be alone. Sarah, why would you help me? Henderson, because your father was a good neighbor. And because no child should lose everything in one blow. Us? Henderson, we know you want independence, Sarah. This way you can have it, gradually. Learn to run the farm properly. And when you're old enough, it's all yours. Sarah looks around the kitchen, her father's kitchen. His dream. Sarah, I'd really still own it? The land, the house? Henderson, every inch. We'd just be caretakers until you're ready. Sarah, and I could come here whenever I want? Us? Henderson, anytime. It's your home. Sarah breaks down crying, finally, a solution that doesn't mean losing everything. Sarah, thank you. Thank you so much. Sarah packs her essential belongings. She moves through the room slowly, touching everything, memorizing it. She picks up her father's photograph from the nightstand and holds it close. Sarah, I'm not giving up, Papa. I'm doing what you taught me, adapting, surviving, finding a way. But I'm keeping the farm. I'm keeping your dream alive. Sarah walks through the farm one more time before leaving with the Hendersons. She visits each place that holds meaning. The creek where she played alone. The meadow where she and Thomas picked wildflowers. The barn loft where she created imaginary worlds. The hilltop where they talked about life. At each place, she says a quiet goodbye, not to the farm, but to the version of herself who lived here with her father. Sarah stands on their special hill for the last time before leaving. She pulls out her journal and writes, Sarah, dear Papa, I'm leaving today but not forever. I'm going to live with the Hendersons during school, but I'll come back. This land, this home, it's still mine. Still ours. I know you didn't want to leave me. I know you fought as hard as you could to stay. And I know that if you had any choice, you'd still be here, teaching me, protecting me, loving me. But you did your job, Papa. You raised me to be strong. You taught me to never give up. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to honor you by living the life you made possible. I'm scared. I'm so scared. But I'm also determined. You gave me that. You gave me everything. She closes the journal and looks out over the farm one last time. Sarah, I won't let you down, Papa. I promise. Sarah lives with the Hendersons now. Their home is warm, their daughter's kind, but it's not the same. Sarah lies in bed in the unfamiliar room. Mrs. Henderson knocks and enters. Henderson can't sleep? Sarah, I keep thinking about the farm. About Papa. Ars? Henderson, you can visit tomorrow if you'd like. Sarah, really? Ars? Henderson, of course. It's your home. Sarah, doesn't feel like home anymore. Not without him. Ars? Henderson, Sarah, can I tell you something? When my mother died, I was about your age. And I thought I'd never feel whole again. That the grief would swallow me forever. Sarah, did it get better? Ars. Henderson, not better. Different. The pain becomes part of you, but it doesn't control you anymore. And one day you'll be able to think of your father and smile before you cry. Sarah, I don't think I'll ever stop missing him. Ars. Henderson, you won't. And that's okay. Missing him means he mattered. That the love was real. Sarah nods, tears falling. Ars. Henderson, but Sarah, he wouldn't want you to stop living. He'd want you to grow, to thrive, to become everything he knew you could be. Sarah, how do you know? Ars. Henderson, because that's what every parent wants. And your father loved you more than anything in this world. Sarah visits her farm. Mr. Henderson has kept it well. The fields are planted, the animals healthy, but it's different without Thomas's presence. Sarah walks through alone, running her hands over the fence posts her father built, the barn he maintained, the house he filled with love. The house echoes with emptiness. Sarah walks through each room, memories flooding back. The kitchen where they cooked together. The table where he taught her lessons. His bedroom now cold and unused. She sits at the kitchen table and cries deep, wrenching sobs that she's been holding back for weeks. Sarah sits on the porch steps, exhausted from crying. Alice appears, having walked from the Henderson farm. Alice, Mrs. Henderson told me you were here. Sarah, Alice? What are you doing here? Alice, I'm visiting the Hendersons for a few days. Margaret sends her love too. We've been worried about you. Sarah, I'm managing. Alice, Sarah, you don't have to be strong all the time. Not with me. The dam breaks again. Alice sits beside her and holds her as she cries. Sarah, I miss him so much. Every single day I wake up and for a second I forget. And then I remember and it's like losing him all over again. Alice, I can't imagine. My father and I, we're not close. But you and yours, Sarah, he was everything. My whole world. And now the world feels empty. Alice, it's not empty. You have people who care about you. The Hendersons, Mrs. Davies, Margaret and me. We're here. Sarah, I know. And I'm grateful. But it's not the same. Alice, no. It never will be. But maybe that's okay. Maybe nothing will ever be the same and you'll build something different instead. Sarah looks at her friend, seeing wisdom beyond her years. Sarah, when did you get so wise? Alice, I learned from watching you. How you keep going even when everything hurts. Sarah visits her father's grave. The stone is simple. Thomas, beloved father, he never gave up. Alice waits at a distance, giving Sarah privacy. Sarah, hi, Papa. Sorry I haven't visited in a while. It's been hard. She kneels, arranging fresh wildflowers. Sarah, the Hendersons are nice. Really nice. But every night I lie in that strange bed in that strange room and I wish I was home. I wish I was in our kitchen with you making dinner and telling me about your day. Her voice breaks. Sarah, I'm trying to be strong like you taught me. I'm trying to never give up. But Papa, it's so hard. Some days I don't want to get out of bed. Some days I don't see the point. She wipes her tears. Sarah, but then I remember everything you sacrificed for me. All those years you could have given up, could have sent me away, could have chosen an easier path. But you didn't. You never did. She touches the gravestone. Sarah, so I won't either. I'll keep going. For you. Because you deserve to know that your daughter didn't break when the worst thing happened. She bent, maybe. But she didn't break. She stands, taking a deep breath. Sarah, I love you, Papa. I'll make you proud. I promise. Sarah sits with the Henderson family at dinner. She's more comfortable now, laughing at something one of the daughters said. Henderson, Sarah, I've been meaning to talk to you about the spring planting on your farm. Sarah, what about it? Henderson, I thought this year you might want to be more involved. Make the decisions about what crops we plant. After all, it's your land. Sarah, really? You let me decide? Henderson, it's not about letting you. It's your right. I'm just the caretaker. You're the owner. Sarah's eyes light up, the first real spark of life in months. Sarah, I'd like that. Papa used to explain his decisions to me. I think I could. I think I'd like to try. Ars. Henderson, that's wonderful, Sarah. Sarah writes in her journal. Sarah, dear Papa, something strange happened today. Mr. Henderson said I could help make decisions about the farm. And for the first time since you died, I felt excited about something. Not happy exactly. But Purposeful. I think I'm starting to understand what you meant about adapting. About finding new ways to keep going. I'll never stop missing you. But maybe I can learn to live with the missing. Sarah walks through her fields with Mr. Henderson, discussing crop placement. She's animated, engaged, clearly her father's daughter. Sarah, Papa always said the north field had the best drainage for corn. Henderson, he was right about that. And the south field? Sarah, wheat. Always wheat in the south field. Henderson, you learned well from him. Sarah, he taught me everything. I just wish he was here to see me use it. Henderson, I think he sees. Somehow. They continue walking, planning the season ahead. Sarah stands on the hill alone, looking out over her land. The sunset paints everything gold. She pulls out her father's old pocket watch, which she now carries always. Opens it and looks at the inscription inside. To Sarah, time may pass, but love endures, Papa. Sarah, I'm still here, Papa. Still fighting. Still your little bird. She stands tall, silhouetted against the setting sun, no longer just a grieving child but a young woman learning to carry her loss and her love forward. Sarah sits in class taking notes. The teacher assigns an essay, write about someone who changed your life. Sarah stares at the blank page, then begins to write. Sarah, my father was not a perfect man. He struggled. He doubted. He made mistakes. But he never gave up. When I was born and my mother died, everyone told him to give me away. But he didn't. When I was lonely and struggled to fit in, he found a way to help me without abandoning me. And when he died, he left me with the most important lesson of all, that love means never giving up, even when everything seems impossible. Alice and Margaret sit with Sarah on her bed. Margaret, how are you really doing? Sarah, some days are harder than others. Sometimes I'm fine for hours, then something reminds me of him and I fall apart again. But I'm learning to live with it. Alice, you're so strong, Sarah. Sarah, I'm not strong. I'm just stubborn. Papa always said I got that from him. Margaret, he'd be proud of you. Sarah, you think so? Alice, we know so. You didn't give up. Just like he taught you. Sarah smiles, a real, genuine smile for the first time in months. Sarah, now almost 15, works in her fields during summer break. She's grown taller, stronger, more capable. Mr. Henderson works alongside her. Henderson, you're a natural at this, you know. Sarah, Papa would laugh hearing you say that. I was so clumsy when I was little. Henderson, but you learned. That's what matters. They work in comfortable silence for a while. Sarah, Mr. Henderson? Thank you. For everything. For not letting me lose this place. Henderson, thank your father. He's the one who built something worth keeping. Sarah sits alone in her house, eating a simple dinner. The house no longer feels haunted, just quiet. She looks around at the familiar walls, the table where she learned her letters, the window where Thomas always watched the sunset. Sarah, I'm okay, Papa. It still hurts. Every single day it hurts. But I'm okay. The farm is still here. I'm still here. And I'm not giving up. She smiles through her tears. Sarah, just like you taught me. Sarah climbs the hill at sunset as she and Thomas did so many times. She sits in their spot looking out over the land. The farm looks healthy, productive, alive. Birds sing in the trees. The wind rustles through the crops. Sarah opens her journal and writes. Sarah, dear Papa, it's been 8 months now. 8 months since the world changed forever. 8 months of learning to live without you. I won't lie and say it's easy. It's not. Every day I wish I could talk to you, hear your voice, feel your hand on my shoulder telling me I'm doing fine. But I'm learning to carry you with me differently now. In the decisions I make. In the way I work the land. In my determination to never give up, no matter how hard things get. You spent 14 years teaching me how to be strong. I didn't realize you were also teaching me how to be strong without you. The farm is ours, Papa. Still ours. I'm taking care of it. I'm taking care of me. Just like you would have wanted. I miss you. God, I miss you. But I'm going to be okay. We're going to be okay, me and this little piece of earth you loved so much. Thank you for never giving up on me. I promise I'll never give up either. Your little bird always, Sarah. She closes the journal and stands, looking out at the sunset, gold and purple and heartbreakingly beautiful. The camera slowly pulls back, showing Sarah standing alone but not defeated, silhouetted against the vast sky, carrying her father's love and legacy forward into an uncertain but brave future.